Hi guys, this is June 9th of 2019, and this was our first lunging session since about October or November of last year, and I haven't done anything with any of them really since then. We had a awful winter, and for one reason or another, this is just the first time that we're getting to work, and hopefully we'll be able to be consistent this year. Chansey got hives this year, so I haven't done anything with him. So I've been focusing on Baby. I've ridden her about 4 times since this lunging session, and some of those rides will be coming up too, so watch for those. This was about a 35 to 40 minute session, and lunging is always something that I like to do, especially if they've had some time off. And it just helps to, I think, reestablish your connection and your bond. It lets you see what they need to be tuned up on, and it helps you to see their mind frame too. And I like to know what their mind frame is before I get on them. And when she's ridden all the time, like this is the only lunging session that I did, I've ridden her about 4 times or so, and I've just gotten on her. But this just let me know I knew she was going to be okay with her jogs. It's just her canter that I know she still has her little quirks with her canter sometimes. The first couple times or so you ask her, which you're going to see right now. She has, and it's more so when she's had time off. If we're doing it often, she gets better with it. But right there, she has going to the right, some good moments where she's not too bad, like right here. And then she'll have, a couple little reactions, like right there. For whatever reason, I don't know why she does that, but going to the right, yeah, she has good and bad moments, but that's okay. I mean, I expected this from her. um, it's just what she does from what I've learned with her. I think I've had her about 2.5 years. I guess, well, it'll be 3 years in October, but yeah, she just does little things like this. And I mean, you have to think she hasn't really had any pasture time, because we've been working on Stars, getting Stars' house done, and my husband had equipment in the pasture and stuff, so I didn't want to turn anybody out. And she hasn't had any work, so she's a little frisky. So that didn't really surprise me that she did that. And with her, though, she gets better every time you ask her. And it's just because we haven't done anything, so our connection isn't as strong as it was when we were working all the time before. So I think that's one good thing that lunging does, is it just helps you to reestablish your connection and your bond. And I've cut this video down a lot because, like I said, it was 35-40 minute session, and I've got it down to like about 10 minutes. So I actually did a lot more walking and jogging before I started to canter her. And I just showed a little bit of that, and just basically trying to show you every time I asked her to canter, so you can kind of see what she does and see how she does get better. And then I was so bummed because I learned that my camera only films 30 minutes at a time, so it cut off right when we were getting ready to lope again at the end, which you'll see. But it was the start of a canter, and I think we probably did 1 or 2 more canters each way, and they were so much better towards the end. So she didn't really do any of that kind of stuff right there. She was a good girl, and I didn't get it on camera, and I was so bummed. So when I got done and walked up to the camera and it wasn't going, I was like, shoot. And I didn't know my camera did that. So, because this is my new camera, I haven't used it very many times. And I think going to the left here, I think this was the first time I asked her to the left. This was probably her worst one, and she gets better and better after this. And I pretty much went from, each canter, from one canter to the other, on like going to the left and then going to the right. And I didn't show, sometimes I will test her in between canners and ask her to do a jog just to see, because especially if she's had time off, if I've asked her to canner and then we walk and then I'll test her and ask her to jog, sometimes she'll want to go back into the canner. And I think she did pretty good actually, but I did do, I think, a couple walks and jogs in between the canners too. So yeah, she had a little itch, and I was happy. I was happy with the way that she did, even though she had her little quirks. She was pretty good. And right there, I just asked her to change directions. And about a year and a half ago, that would kind of freak her out a little bit. Just stepping in front of her drive line like that and asking her, she would react and see. And this is a much better canner. And for this session, I think her canners to the right were better than to the left. But so I was happy with the change of direction because, like I said, in the beginning, a year and a half ago, she had reactions to it. So that's something that she was still okay with after having time off. And you can tell she's looking to the outside of the circle a lot too, more than what she would do. And right here, I wanted her to turn her haunches a little bit more to face me more. So in the beginning, a lot of times I won't be too picky with that, but as we get going, I'll, make her face me more directly and move her butt over. And right here is like, I petted her because she did really good on that one compared to what she did in the beginning. So I backed away. She was wanting more love and attention, and she's licking and chewing. So to me, this is just a sign that we're getting our connection back again, and we're bonding again. It's like, I just think that lunging is such a good way to bond with your horse. She wanted to walk forward towards me again, and I was like, no, stay there. I wanted to go the other way, but yeah, and you can bond with your horse riding and stuff too, but I just like to do it on the ground. And in a way, I think for me it's harder because you're not touching your horse when you ride. Like when you ride, you're on your horse, you're touching it. On the ground, it's a little different. And you can see right there, she's looking to the outside of the circle. And I'm not sure exactly. I've heard before that means disrespect. It means that they don't want to be there. And I don't think she's necessarily disrespecting me. I think that it's just kind of like, I don't really want to do this part of it. She liked being in the center when I was giving her love and attention. And I do a lot of that too during my lunging time, which I didn't show that much of that because it's probably boring, but I think that helps a lot too. It's like especially when she does something good, it's like I try to catch her when she's doing something good and I stop her, and then I'll go up and reward her and I'll pet her and just stand there with her for a couple minutes so she can kind of soak it in. And I think, the more you do that, and it's just repetitive, it's like you reward them with rest time. And that's what I heard one time before. It's like you reward a horse with either stopping and resting or food is one way. But, when you're riding, the reward is like the stop, and when they get to rest, they learn by that. And that's the pressure and release. So it's like you're asking them to do something, and it's like I always try to get them doing what I want them to do, and then rewarding them when they do it. And that's rewarding them with the stop and a rest time, and then love and pets. And then that's when my camera shut off. And we did another time or two each way, and she got better and better. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.